find it. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5". They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Green, 39.
On play action, they'll throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Now that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on 3rd down to force the incompletion to set up 4th. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback. Throwing on 1st down, Robinson. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, that defensive win reminds me of something a coach of mine.
Oh, here come the Rams, and they get it. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
To throw here. And he's got room. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that a defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? Well, where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, there's 2 guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
Let's go. Green 39.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
Offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Now a handoff looking right. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Andy Lee now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. So the two sides will make the long walk to the other end of the field. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Called at a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out now come the Cardinals. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
And a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on second down. Robinson. He's going to loft one. Deep left. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. And to give this time to the tailback. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now they'll run it on the toss. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Let's go!
They run a draw here on second down. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Robinson from the gun, he'll throw. Room here to run. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Come on, let's go!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go!
Now a handoff here to his running back. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
And that's why you see so many teams play a 3-4 defense, because that set gives you a lot of flexibility about where to bring pressure from, and it's hard for an offense to pick it up. Left side, right side, up the middle, especially with some really flexible linebackers.
The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Robinson, operating from the gun. Throws a quick hitter on the slant, that's complete. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And to give this time to the tailback. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. To throw is Robinson, looking to throw on second down. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a third down. The Rams on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Let's go!
From the gun, Robinson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. You know, their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true because a lot of the time you ride the wave of emotion with a crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely. Give these guys something to cheer about. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Henderson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Back to throw again. And an alley to run. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Cardinals trail right now, but with another half to play, there's time to turn it around. The Rams came in prepared for this game, and it shows in the way they've played. All right, let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 1st and 10, Monroe's able to zero in on the QB here. This goes for a loss of 9. Cardinals ball early in the second. Here the throw is hurried and picked off. Sullivan is the one who makes the pick, halting the offense's drive. Now following the pick, Robinson's got his mark near the sideline. He gone. That puts them up by 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Back to throw. Robinson. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
The Rams on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now Robinson from the gun, he'll throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Johnny Hecker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Here we go. 3-19.
And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
To throw now on first down. Looking left side, he's got it complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. It fights him off. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. The Cardinals on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Robinson now to throw on second down. Over the middle, complete. That's Young. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Robinson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They run a draw here on second down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there. So from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Henderson. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now they'll run on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the 4th and final quarter. on fourth down. The punt team is on as this is sent away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's go.
On the give, this is their fullback. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
So, partner, next time we see this coaching staff, I want you to have my back here because that was really kind of a white flag type of a play, almost a little bit of a surrender. Just turn and hand it to the big guy, get what you can, and be prepared to kick the ball away.
And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll look to throw here. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Open man is Henderson. That's complete. It's a gain of 20 that time. And that'll be good for an Arizona first down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. They'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Robinson off the play fake. He's going to air one out. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 36 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Here's Robinson on 1st and 10. And incomplete. Ten yards still left on second down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
To throw is Robinson on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it down deep into Los Angeles territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 77 yards. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cardinals got to go quickly. Hustling to the line. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Now back to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Yeah, maybe a final chance to get on the scoreboard here. This is 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And no, it's incomplete. And the Rams now coming out on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down following the run. That one looks like he'll throw here. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And the Cardinals going to use another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back.
All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's becoming increasingly clear now that the Rams are going to win this football game. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play.
Come on, let's go.
The Rams go victory formation as they take the knee. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for Los Angeles, the win form is number 6 on the year. And they'll get another road.